and gentlemen, Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. You know, I have been given a particular message for the people of America, people of the church, Christians and others alike, and in fact for people all over the world. And that is to remind people who God is. You know, most folks who talk about God, how much they love God, and talk as far as educating other people about God, is they use a book. They use the Bible, all versions of them. But I want to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that God is not in a book. In that book, you have history. You got his story told by others who had supposedly had an experience with God. And some of that has been misconstrued and turned around to serve other purposes by governments that want to use God. I want to remind you that God is a spirit. To worship God, you must worship God in spirit, in honesty, truth. It's not in a book. It's not in a book. It's a story about men who have had a relationship with God. Now, when I go before you because I have been sent by the Spirit of God before you. And I don't really go to a book to talk to you about God. Why? Because I've been given a direct message from God to give to you. And it's not in that book. And if it is, you could not decipher it. So what I'm saying to you, I know those of you who are in church, those of you who call yourselves Christians, you're not going to listen to a word I got to say. You're going to keep on believing in a book because that's all you know. You don't know God. You know about God. But those of you who have not been changed yet, who have not been caught up in that particular style of loving God and understanding God, I want to remind you that God is a spirit and that God loves you. And the whole world belongs to God. And everything that's in the world that is being used to provide for you food, clothing, shelter, education, and health care all comes from God. And the way that these resources that are essential for your survival are given to you is that you engage yourself in a career of your own choosing. And one of those careers, each of those careers, plays a part, an essential part in the manifestation of all of these goods. And by you doing that, by you treating each other like you want to be treated, which is the ultimate sign that you understand God, and your reward is that your dreams will come true by your own making. You don't have to be lied to. You don't have to be cheated. You don't have to get upset and have wars and terrorism. And you don't have to need money or anything that you already own. And since you participate in the creative process of all these things that God has given you, you as individuals are owners of all things that exist. And when you own it, you don't have to buy it. You don't have to go into debt. You don't need credit or anything. You just access it as you have a desire, a want, or a need. The story of God is as simple as that. Thank you very much.